This one has to do around the challenge we have to do things that we believe we are capable of or we are capable of, and then not. And why do you do that? Why do you have the skills, have great talent in something, and then you purposely are holding yourself back? You procrastinate so that you don't actually do it. You build something but don't launch something. You write a book but don't publish it. You train but don't compete. It's an interesting challenge where there is this struggle that we all feel, maybe not all, but I'm certainly reflecting on it right now, and I hear a lot of people that are holding back. And what if your work, your art, your book, your speech, your product, your being a great mother or a great father and doing all these things, but you're holding yourself back? What what if there are those that'll benefit from it? What if you really are great? And there's going to be things that you're not, right? Don't be delusional in some areas. But if you don't try, you definitely aren't ever great. And you'll have no impact. So there is the unlock here that we have to explore. We have to explore on what does it take to do the things that we have a great capacity to do wonderful things for. And then why are you not? And a few examples pop to mind where, I have an exceptional depth of knowledge in certain areas. Not everything, but a few areas. And they're very valuable to people that want to pursue that career, that are trying to build products, that care about cybersecurity, government, foundations, mindset, those kinds of things. And I watch people that do what I want to build or what I want to write, and I watch them, and I realize that half of them don't know anything. Half are charlatans, and they're just very confident and very good at selling, and people jump on board and work with them. And that's wonderful that they are able to have the confidence to present and to make that business happen. But they're not good at it, right? There's a lot for them to learn and to build into and hopefully really help the individuals that do buy their product. But I'm watching and I'm like, wow, if that person who has 0 years experience is helping people through this journey, and I have been through it multiple times over many decades and helped thousands of people, why am I not? And then I'll watch some people come to political power that are literally rappers. No jobs, they were just rappers. But they communicated and they took the chance and they pitched their vision and they got elected. And so it kind of shatters all assumptions as to what you can and can't do, right? When you see people that are very underqualified, understudied, lack of experience, and maybe not having the right value proposition or at least the right intent of what they're trying to do in the world, but still winning, right? By definition of doing the thing that you want to do, it makes you really wonder, what in the world are you doing? Right? Why are you not doing those things that you are clearly passionate about and want to do? And we know it's not skill. We know it's not talent. Timing certainly jumps around and can be a real factor, right? Maybe you just had a child or you are doing some transitions into different things. Sure, timing cannot be great all the time, but great businesses are built in recessions as much as they're built in growing economies. Grandfathers have launched amazing companies that are legacies. Women have made great companies while they're pregnant and through their early childhood of their children, right? There's really no limits. But if you don't shatter the assumptions that are holding you back, then you'll always have an answer as to why you're not. And I'm wanting to remind you and I, because we're all on the journey of life here, that why are you not doing the thing? If you want to write a book, write a book. Work hard to publish it. Work hard to get people to to appreciate it, enjoy it, but get the book in people's hands. Do what you got to do. Are you going to be writing the next Harry Potter? Maybe. But maybe you're just going to make something that you enjoyed making and putting it in the world. Well, that's wonderful. And you won't have regrets because you'll have done it. And if you think you can help people, maybe you should just do it. And this has to do with your projects. Maybe you need to have the will to step up and say, I'm going to work on that project, or I'm going to tackle that problem, or I'm going to solve this. It doesn't have to be books and speeches and products and startups and all that. Sometimes it's just you stepping up into the work that is around you and helping and doing great things. Oh, I've never cooked before. Maybe you should cook. Oh, I've never cleaned that. Maybe you should learn to clean that. I've never built a fire. Maybe you should build a fire, right? There's all these things around life that you can shatter the assumption that you never have or aren't able or don't know how, and take the first step like we all did. Start. There's a concept that, in the online social influencer world where everybody has all these millions of followers, but everybody started at zero. Just like everybody started at zero in the thing that you're trying to do. And I would encourage you to look at these assumptions that you are piled onto yourself. And you might be super intelligent and see all the wrong things that could possibly happen with this venture. And you could spend the money and maybe it doesn't work out. Or you could do the time and maybe it doesn't work out. Or you make a fool of yourself, or nobody buys, or maybe the project doesn't go well. But you know what? If you don't quit and you keep giving your best, 1, the project will succeed at some point. 2, you will learn how to cook. 3, your business may thrive. Or you'll just learn and build something beyond that tomorrow. And see, this is something that I have forgotten occasionally, and maybe you do too, is that our lives are built on compounding experiences, like compounding interest, compounding experiences. So if you sit all day and watch a screen, scrolling, videos, whatever, you're really not gaining anything, right? You're just kind of wiping that time off of your life clock. But if you go outside and you try to build something, and then you read a book and you try to make something, or you practice speeches, or you write and share it with others, what happens is that every time you write, you get a little bit better. And every little piece compounds and adds. Every time you make a video, or you try to make sourdough, or whatever it is you're into, every time you do it, you compound your knowledge and your awareness of it. That's why you generally hire people with deep experience to run enterprises and large organizations. It's not that others are not qualified. They're just not qualified yet. And that's because, for me, I can look at something or hear somebody have a technical problem with something and know in seconds as to what it most likely is. It's not that I am smarter. I'm more intelligent. And the reason I'm more intelligent to that other person in that scenario, and you are too, is because I already spent the hours doing the research and reading the manuals and going on the threads online to learn and try to figure it out, and then failed a dozen times and spent hours and hours in trying to fix it. And then I figured it out. And when I see you have that problem, whether I'm running a large company or I'm trying to fix the printer or whatever it is, I have already been there. And that's where experience matters, is because you haven't done it yet. And so you hire people to run large organizations because they've managed dozens, hundreds, thousands of people and handled billion-dollar budgets. Not that you can't, not that I can't. We're just not there yet. So we have to increment. And the only way to increment, to go from managing a $10 to $1,000 to $1 million to $1 billion, is you have to start managing it. And that's the first step. How do you become a great writer? You write. How do you become a great speaker? You speak. How does your course, your mentorship, your gym, your fitness, your life, your happiness go? It happens by living. and building on those experiences. So this is all over, but it's focused on one hope. It's a hope that for the thing that you want to make and do, that you just start doing it. You be the person that writes. You be the person that jumps on those projects. You do them to your best. And I promise you, every time you do it, you'll get a little better. And at some point, maybe you will be a writer. Maybe you will be that CEO. No matter what, you will be far beyond what you are today and better off. That I can guarantee. So I hope you have an amazing day. And let me know if this format, this mental walk on this topic is helpful or not.